Guys, welcome to the Shay Speaks Sunday. Of course, I am your girl, Shay Speaks Life, and I have my special guest. He's
Like you can't call me a special guest every week now.
yeah, you
Regularity
real
mind.
special. You special to me.
They not gonna understand our love. You know?
Oh, that's gonna be
Yeah.
later on in later episodes. Okay, guys, welcome my co-host here to the Shay Speaks Sundays.
Hello, this Regularity Mind coming to you again from Decatur, Georgia.
All right, regularity minds in the building, and today, guys, we're gonna jump into it. We're gonna talk about Father's Day talk. The Father's Day. Let's address the elephant, right? Happy birthday to all the fathers. Happy birthday, right? Because I like to say happy birthday to them, right? Because like we're gonna talk about the difference because I heard it's a difference of fathers and dads, and I'm going to say that it's a birthday to them because I think that every year as parents, we learn, right? We learn more about ourselves and within our children. And so I feel like it's being birthed every year of being immersed into a new like a new cycle or a new you should be evolving every year with your children. You know what I'm saying? So as a parent,
Mm-hmm.
as a father, as a dad or whatever, you should be growing and as your children are growing, you should be growing along with them. And so it should be a birth to them. That's you know what I'm saying, a happy birthday to the fathers. But shout out to all the fathers, happy Father's Day. And I wanna you let me see on your back. Hold on, I'm gonna solo you out real quick. Right? Look at her. Ain't she
You.
so beautiful? Look at her.
And this handsome fella is my father, Pastor Timothy Wayne Webb, who passed away a few years ago.
Hmm. Rest in peace. Okay, look, she
Rest
got
in
the
peace,
picture.
Dad.
So, oh, hey, y'all ain't even see my dad. Okay, hey, they still friends in the
They
ethers.
friends over
Okay,
there. They
they
friends.
friends in the ethers.
That's a
They
beautiful thought.
they friends in the
Yeah.
ethers. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Shout out to all the fathers, shout out to all the dads. And my father, rest in peace as well. It's been 10 years. It's been a decade.
Mm-hmm.
In March. So it's been
R.I.P.
quite.
Dad.
Yeah, R.I.P. And he always wanted to be hitting anyway. He didn't want to be no picture. I'll show his picture. He'd be like, mm-mm. I had to steal and take that picture that I do got of him last. But I wanted to, actually talk about because when people hear around my children, right? I got three kids. Summer, Shavani, Caleb, right? Shout out to y'all. And look, they can like stop, mom. That's but they refer to, their father as father, the
Mhm.
father, right? They don't say my dad. They don't think they ever said that. And I honestly think because the way that he raised them, he always drove home about respect, and it was about the way that they talked. Certain words they couldn't say and they better had said, and so it was almost like I don't know, like a trained in a way, almost like military trained mind, like it would be really weird and that would have them like, nah, he's just the father. He ain't your
Mm.
dad. No, he's not the dad, he's just the father. And so I'm like, dang, that's when I was like, oh, it is a difference, huh? So um then I looked up, they said that father means that it's the biological parent. That's all that it
Mhm.
means. And I was like,
Yep.
oh, I ain't know that. Happy Father's Day to all the biological fathers. So it means
Yeah.
I can tell everyone Happy Father's Day. I don't care what
Yep.
type of father you are. You don't have to be the best father, the great father, a nurturing father, a protective father. You don't have to be none of those, just the biological. You just have to have
That's it.
sperm to go into the egg. to, oh, my bad, child. I mean, that's what makes you a father. That's what biological mean, right?
Mm-hmm. That's it.
And okay, and so the term then dad says that you're the real parent, right?
Hmm.
But then what constitutes what real is? What is a real parent?
Yeah, we can
Hmm.
talk about it. We can talk about it. I've had a recent experience that made that a totally different discussion in my mind, in my heart, in my being. So we can talk about it.
Let's talk about it. Shit, what's up?
Well, I grew up my entire life thinking that some kind of way my father just did not understand, he wasn't a dad for me. And it was extremely painful because I'm one of eight. And one of those eights is a whole stepsister that's not biologically his. And it felt like he had more for her than he had for me. And based on my mother and how she operated, initially when she was younger, she married another man who could only be a father. But when I turned 26, she married the man that I call my dad. Charles Cole, and he's a wonderful father. I'm a grown woman, and he still calls me princess, and he still comes to my aid if anything's going on. He comes to the children's aid. He's a wonderful father and grandfather, and so it was previously that I believed that I would convince myself that Timothy Webb did what he could do. And
Hmm.
I have to truly say that when I said those things previously, it came from a diminishing place. And that's just being honest, not because it was intentional, but because I didn't know anything bigger than it. But
Hmm.
now that I understand bigger than that, I understand that I hadn't given him the credit that he deserved. Recently, I received an Ebo cleanse from a spiritual healer. And I guess I kind of knew I needed something, but I didn't know what I needed. And I definitely knew I wasn't going to accept it from people who did not make me feel like they were me when I interacted with them. And so, after multiple people attempting to talk to me and tell me what they saw, I chose this woman to give me the cleanse. And she happened to be someone capable of allowing you to speak with
Hmm.
people on the other side or who've crossed over if you're capable. So going through the cleanse, the most beautiful thing happened where I was told in my being that my father did not raise me because he was only capable of stunting me.
Hmm.
And it was painful for him to not have my back, to not do the things that I wanted him to do as my father. But I just came in as more of like a sister to him. What I was capable of, even when I was younger, he hadn't reached it.
Hmm.
And the feeling I received in that interaction was that he loved me the whole time. He wanted to be more for me, but he simply was what he was. And so this time, when I say my father did the absolute best he could, I know it in my being. I know that he was the best he could have been because it wasn't all on him. He was fighting demons from other lifetimes. He was fighting things from a past that he knew nothing about and he didn't understand. I was the one who am capable of understanding these things, and he just couldn't get in my way. And so I will have to say, my dad, Timothy Wayne Webb, and also my dad, Charles Cole, and my other father, Arthur Brinkley, who also passed away, who was my mother's second husband. I love all these men, and I have to, in the understanding, even trust that Arthur Brinkley did the absolute best that he could. And so I give credit to all these men as my dad.
Bam, 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 bam. Shout out all the dads out there.
Shout
Okay,
out to all the
period.
dads.
Shout out all the dads, man. It be hard out here. It's hard out here for our black men. And
Yeah.
so, with the S men's. And so, they have enough to deal with out here living in this America, right?
Yeah.
And so, trying to deal with that, working within themselves, trying to figure out
Yeah.
their emotions and their upbringing, and it's a lot, right? So you give leeway, to our dads, you know what I'm saying? Um, because life ain't easy, and we're learning ourselves. Like, oh shit, this what they was
Yes.
going through. Oh, my bad.
Every day. Right. Every
My
day you learn
bad.
more.
Damn. I wish I would have known what I, you know what I mean? So, um, I could, and also in turn, right? Because I've been in, I think that is really major. I'm a grandparent, right? I'm a grandmother,
Yeah.
and though I'm not with, the father, the grandfather, right? Though I'm not with the grandfather, I think that it's super important though that for my granddaughter or my grandchild, my
Hmm.
grandbaby, my
Say
my
this.
okay, I ain't gonna say what I call her because that's only for family and don't know what I call. But but it's important for me to find the matching, right? If I'm the all seeing, all knowing, I'm the grandma that gonna show you the way. Then I need to
Yeah.
make sure I have the grand dad and the grandpa, if you will, PAW. We like
Hmm.
to say grandpa, right?
Yes.
That's going to be able to show this little girl the way, from a masculine perspective. That's
Yeah.
going to be able to share the things. It's an amazing journey to be able to already see it for already happening in the future. But
Hmm.
um, I think that it's super important for me on a personal note to have a man in my life to show a reflection to my girls who a dad really is, because they didn't get to grow up to have that, and so
Yeah.
they don't have a good relationship with their father, and so therefore they don't have a dad. So they don't know what that looks like. They don't know what that representation looks like. And so I don't
Mm.
want to continue the cycle to go on through my children and their children, and you know what I mean, and my grandchild, you know what I'm saying? So I do want to give a shout out to y'all, man. Being a dad is a lot, and especially nowadays. Cause these kids bad as hell. Nah, just
Children are not bad. They
nah,
are
I'm just
not
playing.
bad. We are all products of the science, the biology, the DNA. We are products of
Yeah.
our
Our fathers and
experiences.
mothers right now.
Yes, we are products of our experience with our experiences. And so children are not bad. When people come
Right.
and they exhibit behavior that may be considered negative, it's more about their own pain. And I wish
Hmm.
more people were capable of seeing past what is said and sometimes what is done, to recognize the hurt
Hmm.
and pain that people are experiencing and to be willing to assist, because we're not on the same boat. We're all just in the same storm. I saw that quote today, and that was a
Hmm.
beautiful quote. That's what they said. Some of us have yachts, some of us have boats, and some of us are
Hmm.
drowning.
Hmm.
And we always say this and we make it seem so simple and so cut and dry, but there are different facets to life. And so I might be winning in one and completely drowning in another. And so just because I have, or because I look a certain way, or because in your mind you've associated how I exist as something higher than you, doesn't mean that I'm not going through something. It doesn't mean that I'm not experiencing my own version of a struggle, and vice versa.
Hmm. Right, exactly. Ooh, say that. Like, ooh, for real, boy. They be like, I want your
Yeah.
life. Do you?
No,
Do
you
you?
don't. I had to work for this. I had to
You
work
want these
hard.
shoes?
Yeah,
You want
no,
you
you
sure? Do
look,
you,
walk in the shoes you was given.
man? Do you want them? Are you sure?
Oh.
Be careful what you ask for. You know.
Hmm. Be grateful
And
for what you have.
yeah, give gratitude and give thanks
Hmm.
every day. You have breath to get up to make another decision. You have breath in your life every day that you choose to wake up and to do something different. And so I think that even with what you were saying, like I think with as a myself being in a relationship where I seen kids act out, teenagers act out, and I seen where it came from a place of
Yes.
hurt and healing, right? I had to go through that personal experience with teenagers myself. And I'm like,
Hmm.
I had to have a whole intervention. I was Ayala in this, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I really was a whole life intervention, 5 kids sitting in a circle with their
Mm.
father, right? And
Mm,
that was my
yeah.
partner. And I was like, whoa, this is crazy. This is real right here. Because I'm like, if you're supposed to be a reflection of me, this not it, my boy. And so sitting in front of these five kids in different ages, ranging from 20 on down to 10, maybe
Mm,
8. And so looking at the different stages of where they're at and their feelings, like giving them
yeah.
a safe space for them to be able to, hey, dad, this is what happened, this is how I feel, why did you do this? Hearing this from them kids, like, why did you hit me, why did you hurt me, why did you know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying, and not being heard and understood, and then I'm having to interject to mediate. You know what I mean? Like, it was so real. I was like, wow, I did it though. I did it. And my
Yeah.
kids got to witness it. They peeking downstairs because they like, wow, this is real. And it
Yeah.
sounded like their own father.
Yes.
So during that time, it was a healing period for me. And it was a
Yes.
realization last year in January what needed to be done.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so as I sit back now and I look back and I say, well, my father's, my dad's been gone 10 years. I would always run to him and ask him for advice. I'd always run to him and ask him questions. Hey, what do you think? I would always pick his brain because he was so analytical and so logical and well spoken and all those things. And I'm like, I had to start remembering those conversations. I had to start recalling back. I had to start using my brain. I had to start using my own discernment. I had to start
Mm-hmm.
leaning more on myself because though the lessons and the parables and what you would learn from your dad or father, like, you better be listening. You know what I'm saying? You really
Mm-hmm.
take in that wisdom, really take in that knowledge, really take in that understanding, because they're not always going to be here in the physical realm. And you got to keep going. You got to keep moving. You have to continue being the martyr for your family, for your lineage, for your generations to come. So I think that it's super, dope for you to give a shout out to and to have so many men in your life to have the pleasure, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where there's some divine feminines, there's some women out there that can't have one. They ain't never had one. And you sitting here with three, that's a blessing. You know what I mean?
Well, that's the fathers. There have been fathers throughout my entire life, though. My current
Mm-hmm.
husband, I call him Daddy Man. As far
Mm-hmm.
as being raised into my femininity, into my version of womanhood, that happened under him. I can go back through all of the men that I have loved, dated, or even as friends, my brothers. And I mean, all of them, all of my brothers are younger than me. I can honestly say that I've learned so much from them. I've learned
Mm-hmm.
so much in my experiences raising them, loving them, being there for them. There's so much to understand about the actual physical world that they have dominion over.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been blessed, like even with my best friend. I've had my best friend for 25 years and he's male. My husband I've known since I was 11 years old. It's been 29 years. And so, like, I mean, whether you notice or not, I hold on to people, the good ones.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
I've just been blessed in so many ways where I was able to enter people's lives and to maintain a connection because it was deeper than what was ever on the surface. I have a
Mm.
friend right now, another guy who I knew for the longest, and it's unfortunate when we tried to do anything, the different understandings allowed for a no call, no show for a week,
Mm.
and I don't tolerate it. So that was just what it was. And now so much time's passed that we could never build anything, but it didn't change any of the love between us. I wished him happy Father's Day today. And the sad part is I'm waiting for him to not respond. At some point I wish he'd let it go, but the other unfortunate part is because it's so difficult to find love, to find a replacement for what he received from me. I know he'll hold on for a long time. He has that
Mm.
heart, he has that stamina. And so just that kind of understanding about men and their unconditional love, and how at the end of the day, the way I perceive it, I've learned to love through men and through women who have learned to love through men.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's a
so
fact.
I've been blessed. I've been blessed in that way, and I've been capable to love them and to appreciate them, not for just what they can do for me, but for who they are and for the understanding that they bring to the table, the protection that they bring to the table. Because I don't know how many times a woman can read an article that says a man raped a 9 month old before they realize that the world is dangerous, before they
Mm.
realize they are not safe on their own. And it's not about me trying to coerce a woman to deal with a man, because how you handle that experience is completely up to you. But please don't judge me for how I chose to handle mine, because I've dealt with real men who were capable of going the distance for my protection. Even the men at my job jump to when anything happens with me. All of them can be called upon because they see me as someone worthy of being coveted. And so
Mm.
I understand within this realm, if I operate a certain way, I receive all the benefits of operating the way I choose to operate. And so I'm not telling any woman how to operate. I'm simply saying that this is not luck. This is not about me being some kind of way special or more special than someone else. I simply
Mhm.
followed a thought longer. I didn't stay on the surface with it. I didn't assume that someone was doing something to me, even when I felt that something had been done to me. I did try to understand what was happening by seeing the pain behind people's words and actions. And that keeps a door
Mhm.
open for communication and resolution and to continue relationships regardless of what happens between two people.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Man. This is great. This is another one. We got another one down. We got another one down here. Guys, make sure that you check us out, man, on Sundays, and we generally try to go live. Well, and when I say go live, we'll go really officially live, right? We say Sundays at, what did we say? 8, 9?
7. You said 7.
Well, we go at 7, but they see us at 8, right? Is it
No, I
8
think
or
it's at
9?
8:30. I think it's at 8:30
8:30.
last
Yeah.
week.
Okay. Yeah. I think it's 8:30, right? We go live. Y'all see us at 8:30, guys. So make sure you check out the YouTube Shay Speaks Life, the #1 YouTube channel, guys, where you can check us out. And then also the Shay Speaks Life Facebook. What I can do, I'm going to see here, Ebony. Let's see if we can get it aired on your Facebook, I think, if you give me
Okay,
permission. And we
I
can run
will.
it that way. All right.
Sure, let's
Yeah,
do it.
yeah. All right, guys. Until then, you guys have a great week. Happy Father's Day to all the dads and all the fathers
Happy
out there. I'm
Father's
your girl,
Day.
Shay Speaks Life, and my co-host.
Rebellarity Minds.
And we're out of here, man. Have a great Sunday. Peace.
Bye bye.